I'm on my hands
Michael Boxall
watching the
trying to
second
rid the
half of
shadow
the
that is
Houston
Daniel
Dynamo take
Steris
on
to
Minnesota
potentially get on the end
United.
of this. Sangbin clips it in.
So watching it right now,
Makarov got slipped, and
as you
now
can see
Ali
right
trying
now,
to get
it's
on the
still
better side of TJ
1-0
Taylor. A good
in
race
the
here
first
between
half.
two thoroughbreds in the open
But
field.
now the second half is
Pardon
playing
me,
right
that was
now, so
Sonny
let's
Thompson was
see
also in the mix.
what's gonna happen in the second half. Alright, looks like who got the ball? That's Daniel Steris.
No changes for Ben Olsen and the Houston Dynamo heading into the second half. Kowalczyk was trying to put it into space for Dorsey. Instead goes all the way back for Bartlow.
Oh, nice.
Kendra, you and I were talking about it, in the left-hand side of Minnesota United, particularly Devin Padelford, looked a little bit slow and a little bit reactive rather than proactive in the first half.
Yeah, and I think, again, yes, he's got a tough task. He's got Latif Blessing and Griffin Dorsey, but at the same time, some of it's just the recovery run. So if you're going to make that run forward and you're going to get caught up a little bit higher in the transition, you've got Bongo Gukle Longwane playing in front, picking and choosing your moments to go forward, but also tracking back defensively. Your number one priority should also always be defending if you're an outside back, even if you're the modern-day fullback. First and foremost, where do you need to be positionally defensively, especially when you've got Ugo Baccarat right alongside of him, making his first appearance, his first minutes in Major League Soccer.
There you go.
Certainly some pleasing interplay, at least to the eye, from Minnesota
Sinclair,
United.
should have known. He's the goalie.
And both these coaches talking about rotation of the players and having to make some changes because of injuries, because of guys missing. We talked about Emmanuel Reynoso, but others just injury and whatnot, even when it was international duty. They both kind of view it as an opportunity to create and establish more depth on the roster, both teams. Ben Olsen talked about it. Eric Ramsey almost echoed the same exact words, just saying, like, look,
yeah, we got to give
Minnesota
play
these guys in these moments now, whether it's Joseph Rosales with the red card, Tapias with an injury, the more minutes they get under their belt at this moment, now we know what we have. Now we know with Ugo Baccarat, he's made this start, he's made this opportunity, he's given it, he's made the most of it. Then they know what they have going forward. You don't know if you don't try.
And it tie it, and they score
Ben Olsen saying much the same.
Goal to win it, so
big jump there between Longwane and Latif Blessing, and now with the apparent head injury, that gives Filip Dujic the right to stop the game immediately.
Let's see what happens, right?
And now the athletic training staff from Houston is going to come onto the field and check on Blessing.
He's like, I didn't do anything. Yes, you did, bro.
And Kendra, I've been wanting to ask you this question since we've gotten this assignment. Let's say Houston, as we get another look at the collision here between Longwane and Blessing. Let's say Houston can't land their white whale and their big number 9. Do you think they're capable of making a similar run to a Western Conference final without it?
I think it depends on if they get Hector Herrera back. Honestly, I mean, I know he's not going to play every single minute of every game when he comes back, and Ben Olsen said as much. I don't think it just relies on that number 9. They've proven last year, they put Corey Baird up there, who wasn't a traditional number 9, but he still found a way to get it done. They had enough pieces in and around him that they could still find a way to score goals, be effective. They had that leadership in the midfield. They didn't give up a lot defensively. I think it more relies on and leans on if Hector Herrera comes back and what kind of form he's in, than even getting that white whale number 9 that is just going to be your go-to goal scorer to put in that position for Ben Olsen and his side. Because they've proven last year that they could rotate players, they could share the duties, they had a true belief in themselves and what they could do. We're seeing much of it the same, the way they started this season. Coco Karaski, I mean, he's been phenomenal. I think he's gaining confidence as he gets moved around in his time with Panama as well. To me, it relies more on Herrera and if he comes back and what kind of form he's in than it even does getting that number 9 up top.
They take him out.
So Blessing now will go through the appropriate protocols on the sideline before he's allowed back out onto the field. Blessing just making his 3rd appearance, but his first start for the Houston Dynamo. He's made his previous 2 appearances off the bench. Of course, coming over from Toronto. It's going to be a drop ball here from Filip Dujic. And with Minnesota having been in possession, we'll just go directly back to the Loons, and we'll restart here. And Latif Blessing looks like is just waiting for the signal from the 4th official to rejoin the fun here.
A little quicker movement
like
from
Minnesota got the
Minnesota
ball.
in that little bit of possession right there. Finding Devin on a big switch to the left.
Elford getting to the byline, looking for Lud.
No.
Dotson on the first time,
Nice.
nodded away. Will Trapp's effort is scuffed well wide.
Whew.
And Sangbin will collect.
They almost
scored
there.
Much more like it from
nice.
Eric Ramsey's group. A lot more purpose and intent with their play.
Come on, Bossy, that's you, man.
Feeling adventurous.
Oh, shoot.
Out wide for Sangbin. Touches it around Steris. And Philip Diaz is waving Sangbin to get to his feet. Meanwhile, the repress is very much on for the Loons. Back for Robin Lod. Gets it onto his left.
Nice.
And
get it.
Away by Mikhail. Now Kovalchik. And the second half, a much better feel to it than what we saw in the
you didn't call that?
minutes
What?
or so.
What are you crazy? He's still on the floor,
first
bro.
5 minutes were very much like this in the first half, where it was frantic and end-to-end. And Kovalchik slow to get to his feet. Excellent ball in for Pookie. Doubled down by Steris.
No.
DJ Taylor takes over. Pookie swipes at it. Now it's Sangbin, and he tracks it wide.
The ball don't lie, man.
And Will Trapp urging on the Wonderwall to get into it.
That's a tremendous run from Pookie and a great ball in by Robin Lod. Just quickly lifts that leg, and DJ Taylor with the follow-up, not giving up on the play. A couple opportunities there. Sangbin curling away from the far post with that right foot. Can't quite find the side netting, but options there to put that one back in if needed. But Elford had stepped in. Bongi was up there as well. There's the no call on Sangbin.
Driving forward again. Not a bad effort, and you certainly like the confidence from the 21-year-old who hails from South Korea. Just 1 goal and 1 assist in 14 appearances in 2023. He's become a regular starter, though, here in the new campaign under Eric Ramsey, and it's really just that finished product for the South Korean Kindred that I think a lot of Minnesota United fans are waiting on for him to become a complete and true out-and-out winger in this league.
Yeah, because you see his quality, his technical ability, his combination play, his work rate clearly.
And how about the work rate of Robin Lod? That's the second or third ball he's won deep in Dynamo territory. And an errant pass there from Teemu Pukki, which we don't often say.
Damn, we got 4 corners. Minnesota has none.
Minnesota continues to win the shot category against Houston tonight, but haven't really challenged Steve Clark all that much yet. This is over the top for Blessing. Bacharach was with him step for step. Now it falls for Ali.
Hey!
Boxall a nudge from behind.
That's a free kick, man.
And the foul called against Michael Boxall, and a yellow card for the captain as well.
Well, right away on the breakout for Houston Dynamo, they have Minnesota United chasing from behind.
Players,
and that's where the contact has to come from. Just catches him on the heel there. Commits the foul and draws the card. And as much as we talk about Houston being a possession team and wanting the ball, you can see how quickly they can get out as well.
Mentioned before, Boxall is making his 400th appearance for both club and country. And he has become one of the stalwarts of the Western Conference in Major League Soccer in his 8th season with the Loons. Has played in every single minute so far this season, started 32 games last year. Of course, started in Major League Soccer with Vancouver in 2011 and 2012. Didn't really get any playing time. Went back to New Zealand with Wellington Phoenix, the big club over there.
Let me show that.
In Kiwi country, and then ultimate promotion.
Going on.
Headed over to South Africa before
I think they're playing on
Minnesota United in 2017.
FS2. I'm not sure.
Check
that out.
Went down and looked to be in a significant amount of pain initially.
It should be winning,
challenge
though.
from Boxall.
And he still does.
Let's see.
And while goals have not necessarily been a problem defensively for Houston, scoring them has been a major problem for all the reasons that we've talked about, and even some we haven't for Ben Olsen.
What
And
is the
Ibrahim
rugby
Ali, which
game?
is something
Oh, it should be
somebody that they
FS2.
cannot afford to lose at this juncture. He's already got 3 goals and an assist. He had 3 goals and 3 assists all last year in 16 starts and 24 appearances. in his second season with the club. Bought him for a reported fee of about $2.5 million on April 25th of last year. Came over from Lokomotiv Zagreb in Croatia. And now they're asking for the stretcher to be brought out, although the athletic training staff is trying to help Aliou get to his feet. And Kendra, while we have a moment conversely, I know we've had such a small sample size for any team so far this season, but is Minnesota United a postseason outfit yet again here in 2024, just from the eye test so early in the season?
Well, I think it depends on which Minnesota United team we've seen. Is it even just the difference of the two halves here at the start of the second half and the start of the first half, and that's at home. So I think if you find some consistency in the way that you play, which I know and I understand that's what every team is saying, the great teams find consistency in the way to do things on a daily basis, game in and game out. But I do think with this nature of the high pressing system in the 4-3-3 and the untraditional role of the way they're playing with a 10, without Emmanuel Reynoso, I think that they have the system and the belief and the quality to find themselves in the postseason.
I didn't see them.
Bossy from the set piece. Dorsey trying to keep it in play, got all the way through, and Hassani Dotson eventually clears it away, but the flag was up over on the far side, and it will be a goal kick.
And just like any team, so much of it is going to be about finishing your opportunities. That is why the number 9s get paid the big bucks. That is why when you get in that final third, you may only get there a handful of times a game. You've got to find a way to put those away when you have it.
Well, these are the league rankings presented by Target, and Robin Lod and St. Bin right now leading the charge in the shot category. But again, not really challenging Steve Clark just yet.
Yeah, the next one we'll be able to watch is too.
Doesn't have a ton to do, and that is probably the best gift you can give to any goalkeeper.
Game, but I don't know what the other ones.
That and a clean sheet.
The one on 29 is a.
I mean, you see these goalkeepers get so upset even with the win.
Really want to watch
they give up a late goal. It's just they're beside themselves.
Debilitating, even when you're up 3-0.
Exactly.
St. Bin, industrious and bullish work to win it back. And he's in an argument right now with Hassani Dotson as they were impeding on each other's territory. And now Robin Lod with Bartlow attached to his hip. Boxall. And St. Bin waiting for the overlapping run of Taylor, and Mikael read it the entire way.
Nice. You read that. Kick it.
Now Houston starting to grow frustrated in a team that feasts on possession. They lead Major League Soccer in possession coming into this weekend at 61.3%.
All they can do, possess the ball.
Struggling to get a foot on it now. And here's Devin Padelford working on Dorsey, lofting it in. Pookie is there. St. Bin lining it up, and it's off the post. And now Boxall. He'll fancy his chances, and the Kiwi pulls it wide.
Whew.
They're certainly knocking right now, Ludes.
Play your man, bro.
The crowd can feel it.
It's just a
he almost scored that one.
momentum and feel to this game at the start of the second half.
Okay, that's good defense right there.
Minnesota United understanding it has to be better, especially at home. They said the same thing against Real Salt Lake. It has to be better. We cannot be content with the point at home, especially when you got to come from behind.
He got lucky.
Pedal to the metal to start the second half. Just can't find the frame.
The captain of Minnesota.
I shouldn't say they can't find the net. They did find the frame.
Tied it up in there. In the 61
You're stretching your hamstrings up here. Are you warming up to go in?
Still hurting from my run earlier today.
It's funny because Boxall is one of the most consistent shot takers I've ever seen at Minnesota United training. I mean, all the shooting and finishing drills, he puts it on frame every time. He keeps it low, keeps it driven. You saw it there. Normally you think of a center back and they're skying it left and right. It's flying over the crossbar. He's always been able to strike it, at least in training. Try to put one in goal in game there.
St. Bin going back for Dotson. And he saw the run being made by Hlongwane. And snapped away by Ethan Bartlow, who continues to put in a mighty good shift here at Allianz Field as we've played a little more than an hour. And Minnesota United very much have been on the front foot in this second half.
So you can watch the TV. Let me see the TV schedule. Okay, let me see.
Houston absorbing a ton of pressure, but we saw a lot of this from them last season where
there's nothing on TV.
Might get an early lead and absorb a lot of pressure, but then put the game to bed. a little bit later on as DJ Taylor lofts it in. Bacharach was trying to help it along. Bossy clears it away, but nobody home.
Well, the one June 8 would be at 8 p.m. I think. Oh, yeah, I watched that one. That one's on a Saturday.
St. Clair with a big diagonal for Hlongwane, won by the
Rugby
Indiana
FC
product,
Los
Dorsey.
Angeles. I watched it. I'll be that one. She's on Fox Sports and Fubu.
The other thing I think
Fox,
for the second half is the
FS2,
ball movement is just a little bit quicker. Very rarely are we seeing more than 2 touches
15.
to keep the ball moving.
Stupid status update. Come on, man. Come on, my face.
Meanwhile, Coco Carrasquilla has had little to no effect on this game. Of course, he is playing in a different role, Kindred, than what he's used to playing with the Dynamo. He does play in sort of that double pivot 6 for the national team, but he got tucked back inside with Latif Blessing getting his first start and playing in Carrasquilla's original role. And he just hasn't really been able to find the game. And is that more of a credit to what Minnesota have set up to do to neutralize him, or just an off night?
I think just most of the play has been on the wings for Houston Dynamo. I think they've been targeting the wings, the wide spaces with Aliou, with Griffin Dorsey, with Latif Blessing. I think that putting Coco Carrasquilla was out of necessity. Ben Olsen telling us, look, if I had 2 Coco Carrasquillas, I'd play him at the 8 and I would play him on the wing, which is his more natural, more dangerous position, to have him start in a wide space and then cut in. And how many times have we seen Coco just pick out that pass, that nice, perfectly weighted ball in over the top, a through ball, finding the pass, but it comes and starts from a wide space. A little more traffic there in the central area for him to find the ball, find the game, and drive forward with it.
Meanwhile, a corner on the other end for Houston, one of their first looks at goal in any capacity here in this second half. And same way that they scored in the first off the own goal from Alejandro Brand, this time they change the angle and go short. Bassi aim towards the back post, but Elford lining it up, and Bartlett will chase it down. Washington native did well there. Kowalczyk lining up the spectacular Carrasquilla now.
He tried. Yeah, it's on a basketball kick, man. Woo.
And Bassi.
Bassi.
Over the head of Kowalczyk, who's not exactly a vertical giant.
Get it. There you go. It's a throw.
Meanwhile, a double substitution getting set to come on for Eric Ramsey, which will be his first window used tonight, subbing on Hassani Dotson at halftime, which does not count as a window. And Tani Oluwaseyi, who's coming off yet another late equalizer here at Allianz Field against RSL, will come on to replace Teemu Pukki. He's got 2 goals this season, both of them coming after the 85th minute. The other one coming against the Columbus Crew, and Franco Fragapane will come on and replace Bangi Hlongwane in a rather disappointing night from the South African, Kindra.
Yeah, I think he's still trying to find his form and his footing. I think it's a little bit different for him, again, as we stated earlier, on the left-hand side. He feels more comfortable, more dangerous on the right, whether it's driving to the end line or cutting inside. He's a right-footed player, but he likes to be on that right-hand side and then find the space. Fragapane will definitely drift in a little bit more centrally. Sometimes he can play as a number 10, even though he starts on the left. Or excuse me, let's see if Fragapane is going to tuck inside St. Ben. Well, it looks like he's drifting to the left-hand side. We'll see if that stays that way once the play gets going.
Long throw in from Dorsey. Skips off a couple heads and checked down by Daniel Steres. Now Aliou.
And they almost scored too.
Trying to go through the legs of Lud. And the Finnish international having none of it.
Let's go.
Meanwhile, it looks like Brad Smith is getting set to enter the stage for Houston Dynamo. Again, he'll chat with Aurelian Collin, one of Ben Olsen's top lieutenants.
I have to go find him, though.
Oluwaseyi, the rookie out of St. John's, up for the header. Will trap into space. Pedelford will track it down. St. Ben wants it. And no shall receive. St. Ben trying to lash it across, and Griffin Dorsey was sharp to it. And another corner for the Loons, and cue the Scarves.
For the Loons.
And St. Ben does drift out to the left-hand side in front of Devin Pedelford. You see the rotation there by the players. Tani Oluwaseyi trying to make his presence known after just stepping on the pitch.
St. Ben whips it in. And TJ Taylor, or rather Fragapane, racing to try to keep it in play, and Eric Ramsey had his hands on his head, thinking that Bacharach might be able to get there, but it's an in-state showdown next Saturday when Coco Karaskia and the Houston Dynamo host Sebastian Driussi and Austin FC. 3 points and bragging rights are on the line. You can watch it live at 8:30 Eastern Time on MLS Season Pass. And oddly enough, as Steve Clark getting a talking to in the time-wasting department from Philip Dujic, Houston Dynamo have 7 games coming up in the next 6 weeks or so, and 4 of them are Copa Tejas rivalry games against FC Dallas and Austin FC.
I don't know if I've ever seen a goalkeeper take his gloves off to tie his own shoe or tuck his laces in.
That's always somebody else's job. Unless, of course, you're up 1-0 on the road. We're hearing that Brad Smith is going to come on and replace Latif Blessing. This is where the Dynamo thrive, in tight situations. 1-goal games. Every single one of their games this year has been decided by a goal or less. Karaskia into space for Ibrahim Aliou. Boxel out to defend. Aliou deep into Minnesota United territory.
Get it.
Luda's first to it. Fragapane.
Get it. There you go.
Didn't necessarily look like the right ball from Fragapane, but Mikhail slips. Oluwashi trying to win it back.
Steve Clark was well out of his goal on that one as well.
So close.
Fragapane driving forward.
Get him.
Now Will Trapp. Never enough power on it.
Let's
and
go.
An easy enough save for Clark. And Kendra, as we see Minnesota United creep further and further up the field, going after the equalizer, there is a lot of space in behind Bacharach and Michael Boxel.
And I think it's going to be on Will Trapp and Asani Dotson to really read that a little bit as the game goes on.
Right there.
Dorsey tracking it down. He's on the better side of 2 different defenders of Minnesota United, but eventually sandwiched to the point where he can't maintain control.
I think I hear someone say F you usually.
Trapp fending off Blessing and getting forward as well.
Yeah, I'm hearing it.
For Robin Lund.
Get it.
Opening up here for the Loons. Lund. Fragapane!
What the heck?
It's a spectacular build-up goal from Minnesota United. And it's Franco Fragapane with his first of the year. It's all level.
Wow. Scoring in the 70 minute. Come on, man.
And this play all starts with Will Trapp riding off the challenge at midfield by Latif Blessing. Then the combination play starts. The calmness on the ball, the composure in possession to work their way down the right-hand side. And what a ball to find Robin Lund, just splitting the defense. He picks his head up, he waits. Fragapane makes the right run at the right time, right on the penalty spot. Doesn't try to do too much with it, passes it into the corner, out of the reach of Steve Clark. A defender in front as well.
Barlow. That's not the goalkeeper's
Team
position.
goal by Minnesota United. And you felt like something was coming because they were pushing and pushing, and they had this momentum, this pace that was about them, this sense of urgency to start the second half. And they get their due.
Come on, Dynamo. It's all right.
Wake up time. It took for them to get a real opportunity, a real clean opportunity on goal aside from Will Trapp's effort.
Just the 7th goal conceded this year by Houston, and it comes by way of the 30-year-old from Argentina, Franco Fragapane. Karaskia.
He was right there, too.
Now Artur, back for the Panamanian superstar.
Artur.
3rd assist of the year for Robin Lund to go along with 2 goals. Slip from Barlow. Fragapane is going to be able to get on the end of it, at least in a throwing capacity. And now Minnesota United must feel like they can go on and get all 3 points, and Wonderwall will be able to sing their tune at the end of the 90 minutes. But this Dynamo side, like Minnesota, have had the flair for dramatic this year. Scored 2 late goals against the Colorado Rapids.
All right, looks like
earlier this season, including a Brad Smith winner.
It's halftime right now, so
also had a late equalizer against Sporting Kansas City in Week 1 by way of Gabe Siegel's first goal for the club.
Man, Trey True's always over here. What the hell?
Sonny Dotson in a nice little pocket. Oluwaseyi lets it run. A really good idea from Fragapane. Will Trapp wants to have a hit, and Eric Ramsey isn't thrilled with the decision. And our win probability ticker has been moving up, down, and sideways this game. Started off as a pretty solid chance of 3 points for Minnesota United, then tilted in favor of Houston after the opening goal off the leg of Alejandro Braun, which was an own goal in the end. And now back in favor of Minnesota United. But the draw does seem like the smart money at the moment. If I were a betting man, and of course I'm not, Kendra.
What is the ESPN executive who Pat McAfee called out done with Lecker after needed 4 years?
I think the question will always be for a coach is why does it take till the second half and going down 1-0 to light the fire under? You know, I mean, that's what they did last game against Real Salt Lake, and they're not the only team to do it. We've seen other teams. We just did that crazy Portland Sporting Kansas City game last week. Phil Neville saying, I need a response from these guys. They go down 3-0 in the first half, but come back and draw 3-3 on the road. So I think if you're a coach, you're trying to figure out that magic tool, that magic potion that you get it from the get-go rather than waiting.
I think it's a fantastic reminder, though, Kindred, that professional soccer players, just like us, go to work, and sometimes you show up to work and you simply just don't have a good day at the office in the beginning of the day.
No, never happens.
There's a yellow card to Sebastian Kowalczyk. It doesn't happen to you, but I'm saying to us mortals out there.
Yeah.
But really, the psychological part of the game is so important, and that's why the best coaches in the world, they're ones who can get their guys to buy in and week out, no matter the opportunity. And the truth of the matter is that you are going to have bad halves. You're going to have bad 3/4 of the game sometimes. But, you know, we hear coaches all the time talk about mentality monsters and guys who have a strong mentality. And it really comes down to whether or not you can string something together when it matters the most at the end of the game, and to keep yourself in it and be able to get a result. Kataskia looking to find Aliou. Over on the right-hand side now.
Come on.
Dorsey making a little underlapping
There you go.
run. Trying to peel it back for Kowalczyk, and Bacharach read it the entire
That's
way.
good passes, though. That's good.
Barlow coming flying in for the challenge. It was a clean one. Lud back for Sangbin.
Oh, shit.
And Minnesota United cooking with something mighty strong here.
Stay on him. Stay on him. He's by himself.
Tani Oluwaseyi had a block by
Nice.
Barlow, not his first of the night.
Well, he wanted to play Sangbin. He wanted to find a ball to curl around the back line to find Sangbin making the run in the middle. He just couldn't quite get the right angle. And credit to Houston defensively for taking the right angle defensively to cut off that pass so he couldn't curl it around. Clever little combination, though, to get out of pressure and find it. Just couldn't get something on frame at the end.
Boxall wins the free kick.
Oh, man.
And Bacharach forced to go all the way back to Dane St. Clair, and the Matchday Live scores and schedule are presented by AT&T.
All right, 15 minutes left. I mean, right now it's 14, so Dynamo's got to do something.
Matchday number 9 was Portland and LAFC, 2-2 draw between those two
DC
rivals.
lost today.
Montreal with a big 3 points against Cincinnati. Meanwhile, Sebastian Kowalczyk goes through the legs. Kowalczyk with an excellent effort and a spectacular individual goal against the run of play, and then some.
Let's go.
Through the legs of Bacharach, making his debut, and then unloads on Dane St. Clair. And the Houston Dynamo retake the lead and absolutely silence Allianz Field.
Man, I was kind of surprised.
And just when you think Minnesota United's got some momentum here after the goal they scored and some really quality play in their attacking third, Kowalczyk just shuts it all down. And there's a turnover right there in midfield.
Oh, right
well
there.
done by Artur. Just takes the ball right off a Will Trapp, and then it's a second quick pass by Bossy to find Kowalczyk. It's a very vertical play right up the middle of the pitch. Baccarat gets turned around, and no mistake on this finish.
Hey, that's the thing he be doing training sessions. He be hitting that
maybe
ball
he's
so
going
hard.
away from goal there, but he gets it on that right foot, lifts his head up just a bit, and beats Dane Takeler. Side netting, not much he can do about that one. But it all starts from a turnover. Artur creates it on Will Trapp. Will Trapp still kind of asking for a foul. Why did the foul happen in the lead to that build-up to the attack?
Yeah, stop
but the ball was taken just off of him.
Foul. He
and
turned the ball over.
2 passes for Kowalczyk's finish.
You serious?
Minnesota
better
down
not check that. Come on.
2-1 here.
Let's go.
78th.
Ain't no foul. Let's go.
Gonna have to rekindle some of that injury if they want to get another point. If they want to get a point at home here.
What a way to score your first goal in Major League Soccer,
Sebastian
Kowalczyk.
There you go.
You will see that over and over again. The skilled rock in the open field.
No.
And then the strike.
Watch left. Watch left. Watch left.
Flipped out wide for Padelford. His delivery, a teasing one, and Barlow again is there. And if Houston are to hold on for 3 points, they're going to have that man number 4 to thank for a lot of it. And the scores will come out again. Minnesota United trying to fight back again.
Of course they are. They want to keep their perfect home streak on the line or whatever.
St. Ben curls it in. Clark on a punch to it.
Nice.
Cleared away by Bossy.
Bossy clear. Come on.
Jordan Adebayo-Smith waits to come on for Eric Ramsey. And now Houston, significant favorites to take all 3 points and to get back into the win column after the loss against Chicago last weekend.
Supposed to kick off.
And Minnesota,
kickoff was
grave danger
but I know we're gonna win
of having their unbeaten record thus far at Allianz tainted in that burnt Houston Dynamo orange.
There you go. Get back. Play defense. Come on. There you go. Get it.
Go back for Fragapane, the goal scorer for Minnesota. He made it 1-1. Kowalczyk made it 2-1.
Don't foul. Don't foul.
That's well defended.
Pressure. There you go.
Coming all the way out on Robin Lod.
Nice. Ooh, let's go.
Ibrahim Aliou to get out of trouble. The Loons make a trip out to the East Coast next week on to take on one of the season's early season surprises, Charlotte FC. You can watch that match Sunday, April 21st at 6 p.m. Eastern Time here on MLS Season Pass. Charlotte, of course, under the new tutelage of Dean Smith.
Don't foul.
Westwood.
Take the ball away.
And the rest of Charlotte getting off to a very strong start.
Whew. Let's go. Get it.
Skia hooks it along. Bossy now.
Bossy!
It's triple team.
No, ain't no foul.
St. Ben gets out of trouble, finding Lod. Pushing it along for Taylor.
No.
Stands one up. Oluwaseyi looking for it, and it's off the bar.
Woo.
Clark got a touch to it as well.
Get it, Bossy!
Don't
look lost, man.
Dotson, plenty of numbers still forward. It's Oluwaseyi again, and
that's the goal kick.
Can't find the target. Frustration and pressure mounting on the side of Minnesota and Houston.
And he's always put himself in the right spot. Look at him.
I was winning too. Oh my goodness.
Can't stay with him. And Oluwaseyi rises up. Couldn't quite get over it.
Oh, he blocked it too, though.
With the massive save, a
rejection.
touch to it. Hits it off the crossbar.
He blocked it off too.
Effort as well. But
Oluwaseyi, the Dynamo can survive about
between the two center backs,
9 to 10 minutes. They get those 3 points.
Another sub here for Minnesota United.
So Jordan Adebayo-Smith, the 23-year-old who
should bounce back from that Chicago loss.
At a very young age.
Not worry about that.
In his first season
about this
with
game
the
right
Loons.
now. That Chicago game was a fluke. Not a fluke, but like
Boston United, Gainsborough,
they got
Trinity,
robbed.
Sutton
That's all I
United,
can say.
eventually with the Tampa Bay Rowdies and a loan to Red Bull New York 2 in 2022.
Yeah, I forgot about the Tampa Bay Rowdies. I saw the Dynamo being the U.S. Open Cup. Like, I remember last year. It was in Tampa Bay and beat them. So. Make those passes. As long as they make good passes. Oh, sure.
And it's disrupted by Fragapane.
Don't foul.
And Kowalczyk going to ground,
No
rips down
foul.
Underwood from behind.
When he's already on a card, he's got to be careful.
Yeah,
That
come on,
tackle
bro.
from
You gotta be
behind
careful,
from
bro.
Kowalczyk.
Don't foul, bro. Come
Is
on.
that the disruption or the prevention of a promising attack for you?
I don't think there was enough of it. I just think it was a
Yeah, come on, come on.
challenge from
He
behind.
tells him don't foul. He
A tough,
won't do
maybe
it again.
dangerous
Check on
challenge
him.
to clip him from
You gotta
behind.
be
I don't
careful,
know
bro.
about thwarting a promising attack, as there was
If
plenty
he
of numbers,
if he
but
fouls one time, he's not gonna play the next game.
you have to wonder, and I always say this, if he wasn't already on a yellow, do you think that'd be a yellow? I do.
I'm with you. Adebayo Smith.
Try to clip the ball.
Steris. Now long for Fragapane.
There you go. There you go.
Mikhail out to defend. Getting stretched from that center back position, and Houston really setting up shop deep in their own defensive third. Robin Hood. Padelford wanting to run right at Griffin Dorsey. Got the delivery away again, and Clark is first to it at the near post.
English? I don't know what he's
It's
saying,
been a
bro.
much better second half from Padelford out on that left-hand side, Kindred, in terms of getting forward, delivery, and just overall proactiveness
I'm
in
not
this
sure
game.
what he's
Yeah, he just looks
talking
a little bit
about.
more
I don't know if
confident,
it's
more comfortable
English
out there in the
or
second half.
in-
Going forward.
English.
Getting to the end line, some good
I don't
services
know.
in.
The heat map is presented by Celsius, official energy drink partner of Major League Soccer.
I don't know what
And
this
Coco
person's talking
Carrasquilla
about.
has been everywhere. And while he might not be on the ball, he is doing a lot of the work that's required to get 3 points on the road for Ben Olsen. It hasn't been flashy by any stretch of the imagination, but every kilometer counts when you're talking about ground covered on the road, particularly in a place like Allianz, where Minnesota United have not lost yet this season.
Wow. That's pretty impressive. They haven't lost. I can see why they under. Oh, Brazil.
Looks like Brooklyn Reigns,
Oh,
the youngster and
Brazil.
teenager from Houston,
Oh.
is going to come onto the scene soon and replace Amin Bassi. Meanwhile, Caden Clark ready to join in on the fun as well. Adebayo Smith taken down from behind by Daniel
Come on,
Steris.
bro.
And it will be a set-piece opportunity, and a
Come on,
makeshift
the ref
corner
is
of
trying to,
sorts
like,
for
he's not
Minnesota
giving
right
that
in
yellow
front of the Wonder
card.
Wall.
He's just warning him.
But not before we have those two
Come on,
substitutions.
man.
And the first one is going to be
I don't
Brooklyn
speak
Reigns.
Brazil, man.
18-year-old born in Monrovia, Liberia. Looked up to Darlington Nagbe growing up as a
Oh,
Liberian
Brooklyn Reigns
American.
is coming in. Who's he coming in for?
Houston traded for his rights to RSL a number of years ago, $50,000 in GAM to get rights to the teenager at the time.
Oh, Boss is
And
coming
replaces
out.
Amin
Oh,
Bassi.
damn.
He's got a couple of starts underneath his belt in 2024 as well. As DJ Taylor comes off, and on comes Caden Clark, and Eric Ramsey
All right, this
really
is a
rolling the dice here to get
free
back
kick
into this game,
position.
and why not? 85th minute,
So,
down by a goal
come
at
on,
home.
Brooklyn. Don't look lost, man. He's like, don't do it. The ref is like, don't do it, bro. It's good in Minnesota.
Oluwaseyi and Coco Carrasquilla, who are getting into the off-ball shenanigans that we so often see. Robin Hood's delivery, cleared away by Mikhail.
I would, but I don't want to get copyrighted.
Caden Clark. Diagonal for Padelford. Another good-looking delivery. Clark bats it away.
All right, I'm gonna show
And
you
further away by
one time.
Reigns.
Put it one time. Here he is.
Mane driving forward, asking somebody to
Alright.
step to him. Now using Padelford.
All right, that's a good you're gonna get. I
Second
can't
man,
get copyrighted.
Clark. Now Lud. Trying to go through the legs of Artur.
You saw it?
Trying to break out on the counter. Brad Smith getting stuck in, as is Caden Clark.
Okay, good. Yeah. I just don't want to get copyrighted because
Scuffed away by
I've been getting
Kowalczyk.
with copyright
He has the game-winning
problems
goal
since
right now in what would be the
2
first
years.
win for
Like
Houston
2 years,
over
so I
Minnesota
used to have
United
it, but
since
I'm
2020.
trying to be on YouTube.
They are
good
0 for
terms.
their last 9 tries.
But I don't think this video will be taken down. So as long as I don't show it too many times, I'm good. Oh, Dynamo ball, and they got about 3 minutes and 30 seconds to
Minnesota United
keep
have scored
away.
10 goals this
Plus
season.
some stoppage time.
5 of those goals have been after the 85th minute. We are at that oh-so-familiar stage of the game yet again. Tani Oluwaseyi accounts for 2 of those goals. Bangi Thongwane also has one, but
they have 18 shots. This should be scoring like. This should be scoring
25
like.
minutes ago, and now Daniel Steris is going to go into the book for time wasted.
What? Show the screen, bro. We want to see the game. All right. If I get copyright, I blame you, man.
Kanaskia brings it down. And we're hearing unconfirmed right now 10 minutes of stoppage time at Allianz Field. At the bare minimum.
10 minutes?
Meanwhile, Steve Clark is not happy with the late challenge from the youngster Tani Oluwaseyi.
I didn't know he got fouled. I thought he just hit it. Ben Olsen's mad, bro. People, why y'all booing,
Clark has already
man?
been warned about time wasting once tonight. Artur. And Bartlow.
All right. I hope it's not 10 minutes of stoppage time.
Kanaskia.
It should be 10 minutes, though. I don't know why. There you go. Don't foul.
Boxall battling his way through. Adebayo Smith going to ground. Boxall wants to get there.
Mikael.
Center back, and Mikael hitting the safety valve.
Good job.
Oh, you talk about some players that just have a mentality, and I think Michael Boxall is one of those. I mean, he's put his shift in all night long, and he's still willing to make that run and press on as that ball gets bounced around and deflected. Just a different level sometimes, and a motor in some of these guys.
2-1. All right. We're on the 89th minute. There's a throw for Minnesota. What are you going to throw it to?
Long throw in from Padelford, met by Mikael.
Mikael got it. Kovacic here. Kovacic.
Behind away by Kovalchik.
Hope I'm saying his name right. I don't butcher it. Oh, go!
He gathers.
Oh. He needs to chill with that.
Robin Lund. So difficult to just muscle off the ball.
Get it. That's too high. Ooh, Brad Smith, you tried, bro.
Plays it off for Caden Clark.
Get him.
Native, threading the needle for Hassani Dotson. And he's able to win a corner.
That's a well-timed run by Hassani Dotson. He's just trying to speed the two. Caden Clark kind of chops it as he swivels his hip. Just some last-ditch efforts here. 90th minute.
Please don't be 10 minutes, bro.
10 minutes. It just goes up on the board official.
They really did say 10 minutes. The commentators, why I gotta ruin it, 10 minutes.
Plenty of time for a potential equalizer from Minnesota United and perhaps
then some. They tied up, get a point for the Dynamo in Minnesota. But they could.
A long way to go to see this one out for the Houston Dynamo. And what an impressive 3 points it would be.
All right. Play defense, play your defense, play your man. See what you're going to do here. No, sir.
Corner met by Kovalchik.
Make them regroup.
And applying the pressure to Clark and forcing him to go all the way back to St. Clair. Number staying forward for the Loons.
Get back. No.
Boxall got a touch. Oluwaseyi.
That's a goal kick.
From Griffin Dorsey. And it's going to be another corner to Minnesota United. Dorsey's not happy with the fact that there wasn't a foul called.
He got stepped on. Bro, he got stepped on. What the heck, man? He got stepped on. He was trying to box him off of to get a goal kick. That's what they do. They're supposed to box him
off. The return for Fragapane. Good-looking ball.
No, get it. Brooklyn, get it, bro. Yes. Finally. This is the first time the
fans catch up
Apple
on
TV
all today's highlights and storylines at 12:30 a.m. Eastern. Eastern time on MLS Wrap-Up as host Liam McHugh is joined by Caleb Kyle, Bradley Wright Phillips, and Andrew Wiebe to recap all of the day's action.
I don't know why Dan Sayers got a yellow card before. I'm not sure why he got
plenty
that.
To talk about when it comes to
Maybe
these 90 minutes.
Time.
And you get the
Brooklyn, you gotta get that, bro. Come on.
One more twist to this Twin City tale.
Ben Olsen just screaming at his team not to chase after that one as it drops back to Dane St. Clair to stay central, be compact defensively.
Adebayo Smith latching onto this one. Trying to return for Fragapane, but instead will win another corner.
Minnesota couldn't find their way to the end line in the first half, not getting a single corner. In the second half, you can tell they've been on the front foot more, getting in that attacking third just by the amount of corner kicks they've created.
Come on, play defense, play defense. There you go.
Corner doesn't get past the first defender.
Oh.
But he'll get another bite of the apple.
That's Minnesota's.
That's a great point, though. All the bodies are back farther inside the box. They go short this time.
Good stuff, good stuff.
Clear that first defender.
Caden Clark.
Oh.
Much better ball.
Nice.
Too close to Steve Clark.
Take your time. Don't take too much time. Steve. Don't take too much time. You don't get a yellow card like downstairs. Oh, what happened? Uh-oh. Am I really going to take it now? Just filmed the game. Oh, Lord. I don't know what happened to my video. What is it?
Robin Lund.
Oh, gosh. I don't know what happened. I told you this would happen.
The debutant Baccarat.
And you can see that five in the back for
happen.
Houston now just shifting and sliding and passing off players. It's basically a 5-4 defensively. Trying to lock this in.
I told you this would happen. And he's still going, too.
Bio Smith. Excellent ball to find Clark, but he slips.
Oh, man. Stop it. The guy's frozen.
Minnesota will go again, though. Dotson. Now wide for Clark. Whips it in. Away from everyone, including Padelford.
Yeah, let me see what I can do.
This has been where Minnesota